and I'm delighted to be here. Excuse me, it's an honor to be invited to be with you. First, I want to thank Phil for his really very special leadership. Obviously, thank you to HP for your hospitality. That could be what the H stands for. Another meaning to the first letter. I've known Phil going back to when I first arrived in Congress, when he worked for a member of Congress that was a member of my class, the late Jennifer Dunn. And we got to know each other then. He went on and distinguished himself as the Undersecretary at Commerce in the Bush administration, and then worked with so many in the industry groups. And he had the idea a long time ago that one very strong organization could speak volumes on behalf of the issues of one of the most important sectors of our national economy. So, Phil, thank you very, very much. So what do I say to you today? Here we are at the beginning of a new Congress, the 112th Congress. Last night, right above us in the Capitol, the President, of course, came and addressed not only the Congress with all of their dates. Someone asked me if I had a date, and I said, you need to understand this is a one-night stand. You know, it's ironic because every day we are all on the floor together. It's only the State of the Union where there really is that center aisle and the dividing line, and last night was not the case. But on a serious note, there was a different feeling in the chamber, and I do think that helped to contribute to it. It's not the only thing, but I think as we look out, you look out at the landscape in our country, we are at a crossroads. We all know it, we sense it, we know that unless we meet these challenges, that future and America will not be linked. They won't be linked. And so there is a very, very high purpose to the work that we need to do. You have to be purposeful first. I've always thought that America is the best idea that was ever born. This magnificent democracy. And that every generation contributes, must contribute. Think of the shoulders that we stand on. Extraordinary, ordinary people, and yet they have high purpose. So this organization, I am going to depend on, and other members are going to depend on, to be key partners in what needs to be done to shape our collective future. There will be very serious work done on deficit reduction. There must be. There must be. But we can't cut our way to prosperity. Companies know that. You can trim here and there, but unless you're constantly really investing, then you're not going to shape the kind of future that the American people, all of the American people deserve. When the President spoke last night, and I said to reporters afterward, it was as if he was describing my congressional district. Because in Silicon Valley, we know that in order to innovate, you have to educate. And that innovation is what renews us over and over and over again. Silicon Valley has never been a straight line. There have been peaks, there have been valleys, there have been some bumps, but we're constantly reinventing ourselves. We're not afraid to fail. In fact, you really don't count unless you have some failure under your belt. Now, I'm not recommending failure for our country, but I think that experimentation is always very, very important. But the investments in basic research, in what we can do, I believe, to shape a policy on repatriation. Over $1 trillion sitting overseas. And that's serious money, even around here. That's very serious money. And so all of the elements, I'm not even talking about all of them, you know what they are, of what we need to do and why we need to do it, and the opportunity, the high value of the jobs that come out of this sector. These are all ingredients that are attractive to Republicans, Democrats, independents, left, right, center, tall, short, female, male, old-timers, new-timers, whomever they are. Everyone is hungry for this. There isn't anything as important in congressional debate as participation from people that already know this, that can speak to it. You know more about it than anyone else. So no one can say to you, no member, no staffer can say to you, you simply don't know what you're talking about. You do. And so you are going to be key in this. And I think you will have the opportunity to kind of be the leaven in this too. So that if someone goes too far off in one direction, or someone else goes off too far in the other direction, we all know about these directions around here, that you are the ones that can be the most instructive to them. So, sounds like a great partnership to me. You've been there before, you've done this before. For some of you, it may be a little new, but I really think that this is such a transformative moment in the life of our country. I really believe that. I really believe this. But I'm very excited about having been elected by my colleagues to serve, as Phil said, as the ranking member at Telecommunications and the Internet. I know they changed the name of the subcommittee, but whatever it is, you get the idea. I mean, there are going to be some great issues that we're going to debate and reshape there. My number one goal is to grow that sector, and that great jobs and opportunities will come from that. That people all over our country, whether it's rural America, whether they are cities or inner cities or suburbs, are going to benefit from that. So we're all in this together. And I'm looking forward to working with Greg Walden. We met together this morning. Wonderful, wonderful individual. We have a lot of respect for each other and admiration. We genuinely like each other, and that's the way it should be. So I really look forward to working with you. You have a great leader in Phil. There's a great deal of sophistication in this room and knowledge. I love looking out at this audience. There are a lot of you that are even younger than my children. And so you've got a lot to give for a long time. And we're going to make sure that we optimize what you have to offer. So, Phil, thank you for your special leadership.